Travel. So today we are going to talk about travel, the only activity where you pay thousands just to be stressed, dehydrated, and judged by TSA. But thankfully, today we have the founder of Erigo, the brand that actually is trying to fix the nonsense. From locks that don't betray you to tools that don't break mid trip, Ergo is basically the therapy the industry never offered. Let's find out why someone finally decided to do things properly. So, hey, Evelyn, how are you doing today?
Oh, good, good. It's nice to get you on board. And then, so thanks, let's say, for taking the interview with me. And then I'm so proud, my honor, let's say, to let's say to talking with you in this way. And also, this is one of the good time, let's say, to let the people know how we have a different perspective in order to let's say bring the travel business, let's say, to the world.
So, my first question for you would be, what does Erigo really mean? What is the mission behind Erigo?
Mm, I can say actually, the Aerigo is one of the brand, right? Actually, it brings some of the message, let's say, for the world. Okay, so it's not only one of the product itself. Actually, we would like to bring some message, let's say, to the world in order to let the people know that um how we are trying to go to travel itself, and then how we are trying to create a joy, let's say, in the travel itself. Okay, but actually, in long, right? The travel will be something that will be you can share the memory with your the one that who you love, right? So I think this is in the brand built with the Arigo itself.
While I was just researching about you, I got to know that you have spent like almost 30 years in the market. So I wanted to ask that what made you decide to become a creator now? Isn't it a little late to start over?
Mm, I don't think so. When speaking for actually for one of the creator whatever, you know, like to KFC, let's say the founder itself, he founded the company, let's say in 70 something, right? So for me, actually, after 30 years, let's say of the work itself, I do a many of job across, and let's say with toys and the houseware, shoes, and some of the trading business itself, right? So, but what I'm making very tight is about, let's say, they are talking about the price itself, and then they are talking about, let's say, we need the better price, we need the I mean the charging show the item itself. So it make me very ill when speaking. Okay, I'm tired, let's say, of this the units itself, and then I would like to break through. Even let's say I'm at age as a 50 something like that, right? But I would like to get something, let's say, that will be make the people feel wow, let's say, in the world. And actually, this is some of the thing is also creating is one of the philosophy, let's say, in order to uh, make yourself, let's say, with the press, let's say, of the pressure release. Okay, so I think this is one of the good things. Let's say, whatever. I mean, the people should not be stopped to creating something like that.
And you are really motivating in that part. By the thing motivating, I just got this thought that many founders usually talk about hustle, success, and the struggles they have faced, but you have a very different perspective for Erigo. Like your motivation comes from the loss and courage of acceptance. So I would like to know more about it, and like how Erigo as a brand comes out as the medium of the same.
Okay, so I think now the world actually is one of the how do they say is really very practical itself, right? We're talking about, let's say, to chasing about let's say the money success in order to evaluate, let's say, I mean how you will be success, right? So for me actually it's not about let's say with the uh uh how success you will be. Okay, it's about the how you dedicate and how you dedicate in order to make you yourself success. You know, this process always, let's say, bypass, let's say, by many of the fast piece, let's say, of the world itself. Every people asking, let's say, oh, what money, how much you get it, and how can get the fast money itself. But even now in the AI world, the people is been trying to, let's say, making a lot of things in a very fast piece. But what will make difference is about you are trying to integrate. You're trying to create something that is differently, let's say, with the people itself. You're connecting with the people. You have your own way, right? If all the things, let's say, all the people saying that, I mean, you can create it, let's say, with the item, let's say, with AI in 30 seconds itself, right? So, but what the meaning, let's say for us in the next generation itself, we can do nothing at all, right? Because all the things we can do pass it by the AI, right? But now we are talking about how we can integrate these AI tools, let's say, in order to our process of the creating something. We will, I mean, these, let's say, every generation, they do have some of the new challenges itself. I think this year, let's say for us, is faced with the, let's say, bloom, let's say with the AI, right? But they are not our enemy. We are trying to, let's say, to make it, let's say, much more how can be working seamlessly with them. We are using these tools in order to create, let's say, the integration between the people, connecting with people, making the world happier, and should be happier for that, right?
You have a really unique take on your brand. I would like to know more about the products. Like, what was your ideation while you were building TSA lock with a weight weighing luggage checker? Like, I would like to know more on the products as well.
Okay, good. So I think this is quite on a good question itself. Actually, I think the brand itself actually coming with my depressed when speaking. Actually, I think this is something some of the people maybe they don't want to say about that, but I mean actually, uh, every brand actually behind there's some story. Let's say should be connected itself, right? So for me, actually, this is one of the brand regarding for travel. Actually, it's regarding for the joy to go, right? For me, at the first part, we are trying to, let's say, to join, let's say, to go with the, let's say, when you go travel, let's say, you have to enjoy every of the trip itself. But for me, why I create this one is because when sometime, let's say, when I go to, let's say, this year or sometime would go with my family, let's say, travel itself. Actually, I'm thinking about, let's say, with my mom. Actually, this year, actually, I lost her. Okay, so my only memory, let's say, with her is when she bring me, let's say, to her hometown, let's say in the few years before, right? So for me, actually, she's trying to, let's say, bring me there, and then to this is the only pieces of the memory that in my 50 something, let's say, I go travel with her once upon a time. So for me, I think this is one of the some of the guilty, maybe some of the conversation enough for that, right? I would like to, let's say, bring me because I'm very close with her together, and then actually she I mean encouraged me, let's say, to, let's say, never, let's say, give up when you are failed, right? This is some of the, let's say, very strong connection, and then this is unconditional love is itself, right? So for me would be if I can bring some of the let's say action, take some of the action, because after I passed, let's say, after she passed away, and then I'm getting very very deep, I mean, the emotional, let's say, with my sadness itself. And I would like to, let's say, bring someone up the, let's say, bring her, teach me in the mindset in order to, let's say, bring something that is good, let's say, for the world itself. And then I would like to continue, let's say, with her unconditional love itself, to let the people know, I mean, what will be, let's say, the love will be. And why this one, let's say, the brand will be coming out is regarding to memorize her, and then to get her, let's say, some of the philosophy, let's say, in the world, to let the people know what will be make it better, let's say, in the world. Okay.
That's like your story does have a very emotional ground to the like philosophy for the brand. Like, it's very unique that how loss can turn into motivation. Now I understand why, you just said that loss can also turn into courage. um my deep feelings are with you, like, for the same, like my condolences for your mom. But starting a brand after such a major loss is definitely not easy. So, like, what are the challenges that you have faced to maintain Erigo, to build Erigo, to get business for Erigo, and like, what are your goals for the same?
Ah, okay, I can say, right, building the brand is not never one of the easy job. From one of the single pieces, let's say from PCBA, display, right? Some of the many of the components itself, right? If you would like to talk about, let's say, the building, let's say, the brand itself, my background actually is one of the creators. So I'm making with the product design. I start with the marketing, right? And then I build with the product design itself. And then I have the, let's say, come to creative technology as a my background itself. But let's say what make me feel, let's say, happy will be working with the, let's say, creativity itself. So making the brand itself is to make the small pieces in order to the integration. So with this challenging itself, actually, I think we have to making every single element. Let's say for the IC component, consistor, right? Display, scale sensor, display itself, right? So every single moment, it make it, let's say, can be ruin the project itself. So for me, we are trying to, let's say, integrate this kind of product in order to solve the problem. It's during the last time that I go with my family, I go to travel itself, and I say, wow, I have overweighting in front of the airport itself. And then why, I mean, I have to face this problem if I can imagine, let's say, this, or I can solve this one before that. And we are making it a very lousy way in order to unpack everything and then to mix up all the things, let's say, in front of the airport itself. So I think if we do have one of the small gadget to make it well, so I think we will be make it better in that way, right? So I just been creating this by this idea, and with the thinking about, let's say, my mom, and then she bring me, let's say, to travel. So I think if we can continue, let's say, with the brand, let's say, with the let's say, products, let's say, spread her love, and then to memorize, let's say, for how she encouraged me, and with the challenging product itself, that would be one of the nice things, let's say, I would like to go with, right? So this is the case.
That's very beautifully said again. But like, I would like to know more about the products that Erigo is offering. Of course, we know that there is a WanderLock which has been publicly marketed over various platforms. But I would like to know more about the products, because at the end of the day, the user might actually want to know about what products are you offering. You have a really great brand story, but what else are you offering apart from TSA lock?
Okay, so actually, this is one of the product itself. It's not only for the TSA lock, right? So for me, actually, it's one of the TSA lock with the scale itself. So this is the world first. Let's say the TSA lock with the scale, and then it will be endorsed. Let's say approved. Let's say by the Apple and the Google's. Let's say Find My ecosystem itself. That means actually we are trying to, let's say, make the product into the next level. Let's say we are trying to make it into one, I mean, of the TSA lock. First of all, we need to, I mean, accredit, let's say, with this TSA lock itself. Secondly, we have to making the scale inside, right? The scale in one of the tiny, I mean, of the lock actually is very challenging, let's say, for most of the people itself. We have to squeeze, let's say, the sensor itself, and then making, let's say, with the display, and then with the battery, and then so how is the safety, and then what will be happen in that way, and then when you go travel, what will your hassle, I mean, what your hassle, let's say, for that thing, right? And we have to deal also with the Apple and Google. That's the two big drive itself, right? But I mean, hopefully, we already, I mean, got the world first patent this item itself, and then so we are making with the patent item. We will be getting, let's say, with this soon, let's say, with the Apple and the Google's approved, let's say, item. And then for choosing, let's say, the MCU is also one of the long story, because you have to choose, let's say, with which kind of factory itself, how it will be. Is it available, let's say, with you together? And then we have to working with the software, hardware, back end, we have to integrate, let's say, with the application already. So I become crazy for this kind of thing. So I think this is one of the, although this is challenging, but it's also, let's say, one of the good thing. Let's say you can have one time, one challenging, you can meeting with a lot of people in a good way, you know?
Yeah, that's really good to know. Sometimes having just one product that serves it all is also a very big boon for the company or for the brand. But when I last spoke about that, we have seen your marketing about the Wanderlock on various platforms. I have seen it on Kickstarter as well. So you have launched Kickstarter, Erigo on Kickstarter. I would like to know, why did you choose that platform?
Mm, good question. Okay, so I think Kickstarter is one of the. I still thinking about the Kickstarter is one of the good platform in order to making, let's say, the people knowing that, I mean, that are creating something that's different, right? So for me, actually, Kickstarter is one of the good way, because I mean, they are trying to integrate, let's say, the community. They are trying. If without this platform, actually, all the people, I mean, they have a good idea. They can bring their, I mean, idea, let's say, to the world. I mean, we have, if you go through, let's say, the process in order to go through, let's say, with the interview, or then with the, let's say, pitching, let's say, with the investor, I think it's taking so long time. But with the Kickstarter, I think this one just simple one click, right? You just make it in the web page, it's ready, you prepare all the things ready, tell the truth, right? You are, I mean, very strongly, let's say, stay in front of the video, pick the product ready, making the mock-up, and then just try it and tell the people. So they will be able, let's say, to pitching this one, right? So of course, I mean, I think I will be more happy that I can learn more skill, let's say, from Kickstarter. Although, let's say, my campaign is already, let's say, a thousand, let's say, percent, let's say, with the achievement itself. But I think if I can know much more technique on that, actually, I can be expecting much more, let's say, fruitful, let's say, by this platform too. But anyhow, I appreciate this platform itself.
That's really great to know. Now, I would like to ask you that if there was something that you would like to tell your community engagers on Kickstarter in 15 seconds, what would it be?
I think for creator, don't be scared about scared about the fail. You know, scale is not one, I mean, of I mean, scare and then fail is not one of the monster itself, right? We have to face ourselves. Let's say we have to accept this kind of the experience itself, right? And I would like to say, the creator, please make your dream come true. Build a legacy, right? So we have to build the dream in order by your guests, you know, because no one know one day you can build some of the beautiful work, let's say, in the world. So this is the, I think, the creator should be have this kind of thing. And then I would like to say, joy to go, come on. It's also joy to go, let's say, to build a thing, you know, build something differently. Okay.
Build something differently, with that really comes out as very simple but a very impactful sentence that you have just said. So I would want to know that if there is a first time traveler, or if there is a person who has been traveling for so long but with those boring TSA locks which had the old analog style digits, but now you are giving a digital display along with the weighing bag scale, weigh scale. So like what would be your say to them, like what would you like to say to them that you should go for Wanderlock this time for better travel?
I think Wonderlock is mean, you know, the name is beautiful itself. Well, Wonderlock is one of the things that you make yourself wonder itself. First of all, I would like to create something differently, right? So Wonderlock actually, I mean, we do have the next generation in my mindset, right? But of course, we cannot say that. I mean, we are the best, but we are the first one. Let's say creating the world first one above the item itself. But we do already, I mean, making planning, let's say, for the next plan. It will be so the people to they should understanding that, let's say, for Wonderlock itself, when they come in, let's say, with the lock itself, it's not only one lock, it's not only a brand, it's also one of the icon, right? You love the brand, you love the creator, so you love the lock itself. And it will really solve your problem, right? It will be have some of the utility in the application. You can solve, let's say, your problem. Let's say if you lose your lock, I mean, you lose your lock or you lose your luggage, right? This is one thing. But when you're overweighting and then you have to unpack everything, it's also another thing, right? And then for the future itself, if we can sing to you that you can solve it out, let's say by one lock and also by one the application, we can have one-stop services for you. So how about that, right?
That's really good to know. And with all of this being said, like, what are your plans and where do you envision Erigo in the upcoming years?
Mm, I think the vision will be we will building, let's say, with the next generation, let's say with the Wonder Pack. Okay. But I think this is some of the next generation. I don't want to express right now, but we do have the, I mean, cross referencing, let's say, in this and of the line section itself. I mean, believe me, Aerigo is not only one brand itself. It's one of the story. Let's say all the people should be shared and joined together, right? So we are building, let's say, with the product itself, but we are not selling the product itself. We are building, let's say, with the creativity. We are building, let's say, the community, and we would like to let the people know this is just the beginning. All the creator, let's say, to come, let's say, to enjoy, let's say, the creator. You know, like it's really really fun, let's say, to join it. And then I would like to thank you all the, let's say, of the people that who working with me, let's say, behind the scene. You know, this is the interview. You know, but you know, actually, when you are talking about, let's say, with the manufacturer, I go through, let's say, for 30, I mean, of the manufacturer, let's say, in this way, and they turn me down, and then there's a lot of discussion that I cannot show, let's say, how difficult it will be. And then when there's one small screw, even, right, there's one small component, you make it wrong, FPC is wrong, all the project we have to go through again and again, right? So it's really, really amazing, let's say. And then I can say, now is the momentum, let's say, we break So you can see, let's say, the good product itself is not only by me. And thank you, let's say, for the software team, let's say with the web, and then with the a lot of the people itself, and then also let's say with the marketing team, let's say let's say previously people. When I would like to keep this list, okay? When I'm more success, and I'll keep the list, and then I'll read this one and read this out, right? So I think this is also, let's say, one of the interviews. So I will just like to make it short, okay?
Yeah, that's really good to know. However, I like this that you didn't share much and jinx what is coming our way
Mhm.
and what is coming your way or everyone of ours way. And like just giving Erigo the perfect push that it needs. So I would like to conclude this call or this podcast by just asking you one thing. What was your aspiration as a first time traveler and did you know about TSA log that back then?
Mm, I think, let's say, for the previously, to be honest, nothing about the TSA law, But I mean, I just knowing to that if I would like to, let's say, get some, I mean, of the list, right? So I need to, let's say, go, let's say, by some of the let's say, big brand itself. To be honest, actually, TSA law is not one of my first priority, right? But when I know that why this red when kind of is flashing on the my mind, right? But why the people will trying to find TSA law, right? So because I mean, the other law is cheaper, it's easy, right? But I mean, this is one of the things that I would like to challenging, let's say, myself. And then, as one of the creator, we are always looking for some challenging we can accomplish, right? So TSLR is one accomplish, Apple and Google's another challenging. And also you are trying to integrate all the things. And I think this is fun, fairly speaking. When we are creating, it's not only about you paying someone to do the work. You're building, let's say, the team, and then you're building the relationship. It's really, really good. Let's say, I would like to encourage the people to build the thing together, even let's say in your college, let's say in your university, whatever. So try to build something. Let's say with your team, that would be fun. Even let's say the people, let's say will be, let's say let you behind, something like that. But don't worry about that. You know your vision. You know your way, right?
That's really motivating that everybody should be together because unity is the best policy for sure. And it was very nice talking to you, knowing about Erigo, WanderLock, and hope so more things come our way, making travel smarter and safer. Have a great travel. Thank you for making our travel better.
Thank you, Kanika. I hope to see you soon. Okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
listening today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.